Dr. Whitaker and we go back quite a long ways. This is not my first trip with Dr. Whitaker. I have had about 2 to 3 surgeries with her. Amazing lady. We got acquainted with the clinic through TV advertisements. And then when I came over, unfortunately, I had another doctor. I say that, don't mean ugly about it, but Dr. Whitaker's my favorite. And she's honest and pure and down to earth and wholesome. And she makes you feel right at home. And I had no nervousness, nothing to hide, because she makes you feel that way. You can talk to her about anything. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, she insisted to bring them on. That's her attitude. Let's get it all out on the table. Let's talk about it. Let me clear any anxieties that you might have. We felt that she was just fabulous, and I felt comfortable. I had no hang-ups at all about coming over and being honest with her as she was with me. I think we all have a little bit of anxiety, no matter what kind of surgery you're going to go through. A little bit of upsetness, and then questions will always come forth in your mind, and you want to get them cleared up before you ever go in and have somebody do surgery. I had some medical problems, and I wanted to ask her about it and get her ideals and her opinions. Not a problem. We work with that all the time. Let me ease your pain. Let me tell you how it is. And so she would set. Time was not of a serious matter for her. If she felt a patient needed her expertise, you're going to get it. And that's just the way I like to do things. I can't tell you how pleased I am to make her my doctor, my friend, and I will never, ever go to anyone but Dr. Whitaker for this type of surgery. And at this point, I'm bringing my wife over. This will be first time with her. And we're very, very happy about that. And she knows Dr. Whitaker from my experiences, but now she's going to get to know her on a personal level like I know her, because I hope that she'll be her doctor as well as mine. Day-to-day life for me has really been different since I've had my surgeries with Dr. Whitaker. I do professional work, and I have many career levels that most people would find hard to believe in my life. I've been in the military for a long time. I'm not now, but I do have a law degree now. And but I work for the government and with professional people. And it's important for me as a human to look as good as I can and present myself well with that part of my life. And I feel very enhanced after leaving here. Of course, after the initial is over with. And I had the honest opinion from her, and I will always feel that way, because she never lets you go. I want you to come back and see me. I want you to feel comfortable, because we want to make you as good as we can make you. And we want you to feel that we have made you so. And I think that's wonderful. We love her feelings towards what we feel and how she feels about us. And it's very important as I walk in my daily life to see all these people, and they're very complimentary. You take good care of yourself, don't you? Why, absolutely I do. And if they get really inquisitive, and I know they're a friend and they're serious, I've got the perfect doctor to refer them to. I don't see no difference in men and women as far as that goes. I've never been accused of being feminine, but I do take care of myself. I don't mind sharing that with the world, because I feel that the good Lord gave us this body, and we only get it once. Why not take care of it? And I feel that that's very important. And I do everything that Dr. Whitaker has recommended. Some of the things and some the items that she's recommended that I do them. And I don't have no problems telling people what I do. I am not a bit conscious about that. I don't care what people think, but they are complimentary towards me, and I like that. It's a mental thing. It's an attitude thing. We live in another state from here. We're not from Georgia. We live in another state, and we feel that I can do those things as well as anybody. I was raised in another state entirely, and I can go out and change my oil and do those things. But to me, it's important to know how to do things, but it's also important to know what I'm supposed to do in my daily life about taking care of what I need to do. Nutritionally, looks-wise, everything that I'm supposed to do and I don't mind telling people what I do. And I want them to ask questions. Yes, and it is a shame that there's people out there that won't take care of themselves. I know guys, and I say this with all honesty, and people, that mostly men that are in their maybe 40s, and they look like they're in their 60s or 70s, all because they don't take care of themselves. I do.
What?
Well, heredity dictated that we had peripheral vision problems. And unfortunately, my family's like that, another member or two of them. And I was getting to the point I couldn't see from left to right. If somebody was standing right there, I couldn't see them. And I was getting really worried, and my eyes I looked tired, and you could only see small slits. And so I came in, I discussed it with Dr. Whitaker, and I said, I'm very conscientious about it. I don't look like myself. She said, let's fix it. And she did. And I have written about it, I've talked about it, I'm just tickled to death. I've told my family, and they're amazed when they go home. You do have brown eyes. And I'm very proud of that. They can see my eyes now, and she did a wonderful job. No problems with any of my vision problems. It was like a whole new world had opened up to me. I can see the world again. And the best thing is, if there's somebody standing beside me, I can see them even when I'm looking forward. And I couldn't do that before. Thank you, Dr. Whitaker. That's an easy question. It's me. Look at me. What did I do? What were the benefits? I was told that by other doctors, by other medical doctors, not in this profession, that I would be driving 2 to 3 years more before I couldn't drive no more. And they don't say that no more. I was losing my peripheral vision. Biggest benefit of all, I can see again. Would you like to do that? Yes, I really would. I don't know who to go to. I got the perfect doctor for you to see. That's the biggest benefit. Being able to have my vision back. Another reason, it's a God-given, let's take care of it. I couldn't help what heredity did. I didn't go out and damage my eyes on purpose. But when it happened, I got it fixed. Everybody is worth it. They're human. We all suffer sometimes through traumas that lowers our self-esteem quite a bit. I don't care attitude. Yes, you do. Talk to me. Let me tell you some good things. Let me tell you some things that uplifted my life. And every time that subject, and it has come up, Dr. Whitaker's name gets mentioned somehow, some way. My opinion, she's the best. No other doctor can do what she's done, in my eyes. And a lot of that's because of the way I have been treated by her, the follow-up procedures that she insists upon. And I would drive from California to here if it took it to see Dr. Whitaker. That's just the way I feel about it. And I just, as my doctor, she's the very best. And loving her is professional use of that word I do for what she's done for me. Yeah, it was like a miracle. Have you ever experienced a miracle? Well, I have. And I knew what it was. And I knew that the miracle was me being fortunate enough to find Dr. Whitaker to do that miracle, perform that miracle, and let me see again. I could see, don't get me wrong, I wasn't blind, but I couldn't see what I really wanted to see. And Dr. Whitaker made that miracle happen in one day. I went for probably 3 to 4 years progressively getting worse with this vision problem. Again, let me reiterate, it is not something that I did, it was heredity. And it's one of those things that we just can't help. But the miracle was that I got fortunate enough to walk in her office, visit with her wonderful staff, and then get to see the miracle worker herself. And she is the best. If you have any fears, I'll talk to you. I'll be glad to talk to you. If you have any anxieties, any hang-ups, anything, I'll talk to you. And I'll tell you all about it. I felt so comfortable going in there. I was just telling one of the other ladies that while I go back there, and Tony and some of the other people, I'm not your typical. I was laying there when the surgery was getting ready, and I was telling them jokes. And they was having a ball because I had all the confidence in the world in Dr. Whitaker. And I know she's the best.
Do you think it's important that
experience, if you practice and experience, just makes you better time after time after time. Ask me, I know. Been there, done many situations in my life, so I can tell you the truth about it. And it's with her. When I look at a doctor and we have the internet usage now, I want to see those credentials. I want to know who I'm dealing with, because to me, yes, you're going to be working on something that belongs to me. It's very personal. It's my body, and I want to know that you have experience. That don't take away from her personality, but then again, she has all of that. What more can you ask for? She's just like a big bundle that's been all bundled up into one. She's got it all. Shoot, I never thought for a minute that lady ever thought of me as a number. If I walk in there, if I hadn't seen her in 8 months, she'll say, hey, Larry, come here, I want a hug, or something like that, something silly, But she's great, and she makes you feel that way. Every day, every moment that you come over here, you're her friend or your patient, and she's going to take care of you. That's the way I feel about it. I'm a lot older than most people think I am. I'm 68. Thank you, Dr. Whitaker.
I talked to 3 different doctors, and she just impressed me as being exuberant and down to earth, friendly, no nonsense, but yet answered all my questions. I just felt very comfortable. Everybody has an individual reason that they go to a doctor, but I just felt immediately comfortable with her. So.
Did you ever feel like you were bothering her by asking her questions?
No, absolutely did not feel I was bothering her. She's always would stop and answer any questions you had, so it was great. Well, she does state that when you ask questions about recovery, everyone's different, so they can't really give you a good answer on that. But it does take a little longer than you expect, probably, and it's worth it, and you're very happy by the time you leave. But she does try to answer every question. And you have a lot of forms that you fill out, so obviously there are risks with anything. You just have to look at the whole picture, and I was very happy. I think the reason that it's important to do something for yourself is that you don't realize that you are aging, and you look in the mirror some days and you're just kind of disappointed. You don't feel that way inside that you look. And this is just brightens you up, and it's such a great investment as far as feeling good about yourself on the outside. It is the inside that's important, but so is the outside. I do feel my outsides match my insides better, definitely. I don't feel as old and dowdy. And you actually, when you look in the mirror, you actually have more bounce and enthusiasm just by your looks. It shouldn't matter, but it does. Yes, I remember when I was still working, and I came to work one day and it was a beautiful day, and I drove to work and the sun was beautiful and it was 70 degrees. I was so happy. I walked in and my boss said, oh, did you have a hard night? Are you kind of tired today? And I'm thinking, what? I had a wonderful time until you asked me that. So apparently I look tired. When you come to Dr. Whitaker and you have a consultation, whether you're going to do anything or not, she'll give you suggestions about what might work for you. I was always very unhappy with my under eye. They were kind of sunken in like my mom's. She had a solution for that. And that alone was made me so much younger. Not to mention I had several other procedures done, but it was worth every bit of the expense and pain or effort, for sure. I think it is a positive way of maintaining your skin. You spend a lot of money on it. You want it to look good as long as you can. I wish I had been younger and realized how important sunscreen was. Dr. Whitaker talks about that a lot. I use it every day now. I wish I'd started when I was 30, but I didn't. And it just makes a difference all around. Your cleansing products and everything, you want to do it because you want to keep, you've made a big investment, so you want to keep it as long as you can. Oh, absolutely. Well, mainly my skin is better because I did do the CO2 laser, and that is a little rough in the beginning, but it builds new collagen, and it just makes a much more youthful experience long term, sometimes as much as 10 years difference. And then anytime you have any lift and get the double chin gone and everything, you can't help but be happy about that too. Yes, I did have fat transfer under my eyes because they were kind of sunken. I always had dark spots under them, and I'd buy every cream to lighten and to brighten, and it wasn't the point. She said there's a shadow there, and we'll just put a little teeny bit of fat, and I said, how long does that last? And she said, that just lasts. It doesn't go away. So I was very happy with that. One of the things that I was definitely not having was the CO2 laser because it's very abusive on your skin initially till your skin heals. But she told me what the benefits were and how happy I would be with it. And when I got out of the surgery and was all red and peeling and horrible, I said, I'll never do that again. And I'm already thinking I'll do it again because it works. It is wonderful. It plumps up your collagen, and it's worth the week of feeling a little miserable and looking red. So that would be definitely it.
Do you think it's your story was, but
Yeah, I didn't
if you
have
had
a
little
lot of,
freckles
I didn't
or-
have a lot of, the laser is very good for the collagen aspect of building up your skin again so that you have more firmness. I didn't have a lot of blemishes and things to work with, but I've read a lot about it. My husband's interested in having it because he has rough skin, and I think it would help him a lot. So, well, I don't tell people unless there's some issue, like you're at a bar and they need your ID, which is silly, but some places they have to ask the 80-year-old person for their ID. And then they go, no, you can't be that old. I thought you were 53. But I'm 79, and I think I guess I feel 45. I don't know. I don't feel that old personally, but you know, it's an aging process, and you get more aches and pains with age. There's no question about it. Yes, when I look in the mirror, I definitely feel much younger, and it makes my day better just to look in the mirror. I'm happier with myself. I don't have to use some of the invisible creams and things. I'm still doing things that I need to do for my face, but I'm not trying to cover up things, because believe me, it doesn't work. You can buy every cream for dark circles and various things. They don't work. You need to get something done, and Dr. Whitaker would have the answers of what she would suggest. You wouldn't have to have it all done, but she would give you good suggestions on possibilities, and that's where I came from.
A lot of people are.
After I had the surgery, and the friends that knew me and knew what I'd gone through to get healed, they were amazed with the process. And we've all talked about looking at some of the celebrities that could afford any kind of surgery. They could spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and why some of them look so bad is just amazing to me. Dr. Whitaker is very careful with what she does. I just think you will be very happy with her procedures. You're not going to be overdone. If someone's afraid of laser, like one of my friends that I brought here, she did a milder version for her. My sister said, go for it. I want the full treatment because it's the same price. So you do have a lot of options, and she tries to talk to you about those. I think when I looked in the mirror, when I finally did heal, I was surprised that I thought I looked really good. I was not, initially you get very used to it quickly, but then you look at old pictures, and there's just a big difference. You just say, oh golly, I did look old. I was aging, you know, the jowls and the neck, and so it does make a difference. You'll be happy when you look in the mirror every day. It's worth everything. Just get my pictures, you'll see it.
Yeah, that's it.
She's got them. Okay. One of the things I had done was this chin redefined because it was very saggy, and you don't really realize, and the jowls were starting to come down, and that was pulled back, so I was very happy about that. The laser took care of the skin, and then I had the fill under my eyes to get rid of the dark spots, which Dr. Whitaker said was just shadowing more than what I thought it was blood pooling. She said, no, it's mostly just shadowing. You just need to plump that up and it won't be so noticeable, and she was absolutely right. Yes, we had a big event in the spring, and most of your friends that you aren't real close to won't even really notice that you've had anything done, but they'll kind of look at you funny and say, oh, you look really good today. And you go, and if it's somebody you know you want to tell them the whole story, you will. But otherwise, you just say, thank you, and that's all. And they just kind of scratch their head like, has she had something done, or well, she looks so good.
She's eating more spinach.
She's eating more spinach and broccoli. I think the beauty of Dr. Whitaker is I never felt rushed when I consulted with her. I came 2 or 3 times before I actually signed any paperwork. And once I signed the paperwork, you get like this little heartbeat, like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Holy crap. I won't be able to say that. But she was kind every time. She never looked at her watch or paced. She always was happy to see me. She'd give you a hug and say, what other questions do you have? And you'd leave and say, I'm feeling a little guilty that maybe I should have signed up, but I'm too afraid to yet. And you come back again, and she's still happy to see you and makes time for you and answers all your questions. So it's perfect.
Do you feel like...
Yes, when you come back to see her, it's like seeing an old friend. She's excited and exuberant, And she just is so pleased that you're happy. And if there is an issue, she wants to make it right too. So I didn't have any, but I know some people do, and she wants to make it right. This is surgery. It's not a perfect world, so.
What are some activities other people your age don't do, but you don't have any boundaries?
Well, that wouldn't really affect, my face would not really be the reason that I wouldn't do these things, but I do like to. I do enjoy everything I do. I always did, but I just feel so much more secure and more happy with myself as far as entertaining and working out. I feel happier when I look in a mirror when I'm working out. I don't think people judge people. They know that, you know, you're not 30 anymore, but it's just nice to feel younger and have people not guess that you're as old as you are, which is 69. So I'm happy.
What are some things?
Oh, well, you just have to, I'm very busy all the time. I volunteer at the local animal shelter. I walk 4 miles at least 5 days a week. I go to the fitness center at least 3 days a week. I do weights at home while I am watching TV. I like to gourmet cook a lot, so that's another thing that we enjoy, having people over for dinner. And then I have 5 cats and 3 grandchildren.
That sells it.
Yeah, if you are considering this, you need to just come and talk to Dr. Whitaker. She won't rush you. She won't make you feel that you have to make a decision, but you need to get educated. I think that's the main thing that I had to do and did over several months, is getting educated about what are the possibilities, what are the costs, what are the risks, and what is the time frame that it takes to heal. And once you know all that, and the more you think about it, it encompasses everything that you want to do. And when you're finished, you're so happy that you've made this investment in yourself. It's real easy to think about various things you need to do for your finances. And this is something you definitely do just for yourself, but it affects you in so many ways emotionally that it's such a great long-term investment. And yes, we're all aging, and you're going to continue to age whether you talk to Dr. Whitaker or not. But you're going to feel so much better about yourself. And so many times women just don't do things for themselves. And this is something you do for yourself, but it does affect everybody because it affects the way you feel about everything. So it's worth it. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it sooner. When I first came in October, I wouldn't wait till December to have the surgery.
Beautiful.
When I first met Dr. Whitaker, I was just so enamored with the fact that she was so real and so honest and so normal. And she looked normal and she acted normal, and she had a regular family and a regular life. When I first met Dr. Whitaker, I was impressed with the fact that she was able to relate to everyone on every level, that she was able to explain things not only clinically, but just as they happen in life. And so I had a very clear understanding of what was going on. I never felt that any question I had was annoying. In fact, I had to come back because I had this stitch that would not go, and she was more than happy to see me, brought me right in. I said, "Are you gonna numb this?" And she said, "You won't feel a thing. Look over there." And I looked over there and it was done. I still don't feel a thing. When I first had the procedure done, I did it for my birthday for myself. I am a cancer survivor, and my hair had finally grown back, and I decided that I deserved this. And my friend said, "Oh my, your eyes are so wide open. You look so rested. I can't believe that you can have cancer and come out looking so rested." I asked Dr. Whitaker initially how I was going to look, and she explained to me that it could be very subtle or it could be very severe, and I said, subtle is better for me, and it turned out better than I was expecting.
When you looked in
The first time I looked in the mirror after being totally healed and coming back and everything, I was like, oh my God, I don't look so much like my dad anymore. I don't have all those lovely chins that he gave me. So I was thrilled. I inherited those. Even when I was really skinny, I had chins.
And now?
And now I'm much more symmetrical. I definitely feel as young as I am. Well, when I first decided to do this, I had recently been widowed, and then I had cancer, and I decided I deserved something. And when I got to where I felt like I was good with myself, I took a cruise. I just can't tell you how much better I feel about myself. Every day when I get up, I'm like, yes, been through all of this and we can do this. If you don't think you're worthy, something is wrong with you. You are definitely worthy of the money you earn, to spend it the way you want, to treat yourself to something that is going to impact you every day when you look in the mirror, and that's going to make you happy every day. And if you're a little bit afraid, I understand that. Being put to sleep is a fearful thing. A lot of people have never been put to sleep. But you just have to know that the people that you entrust yourself with are trustworthy. And that you've researched it. I researched it. I went online. I looked about it. I read the literature. And I felt like I made an educated decision. I am almost 62. I taught school for 31 years. I've been retired, thankfully, for 11 years, and I could not feel better. I could be thinner, but I couldn't feel any better because I love that pasta. Oh, I just can't tell you how thrilled I am for her, and I would come back definitely to get a touch-up. I had a friend who for years, because we were teachers every summer, she went and had a little something done every summer. Luckily for her, she married her plastic surgeon, and Dr. Whitaker's already married, so I guess that's out for me. I would absolutely recommend Atlanta Face and Body Center. I mean, everyone here was so nice and kind and gentle and encouraging and uplifting and like, oh my God, I can't believe how good you look, and look at this before and look at you now. I mean, how can you not be thrilled? Absolutely, I would do this again. In fact, I'm thinking about doing it in about 8 or 9 more years. Like, you know, when gravity takes over once again, I would be back. I hope she's still here.